class. I'm Matt, your guide here on Y Caliber. We are playing the Fellowship role-playing game. This is the campaign called the Arid Sea. Now, when last we left off, our intrepid gang of adventurers, our fellowship, if you will, had finally made their way through the enchanted forest to the outskirts of the Elven exile, the grove where the elves have lived ever since the Overlord destroyed their homeland, rendering their birth forest inert and robbing them of much of their magic potency. So, the Fellowship enters the grove, and I will introduce them as they do so. The first in that we see is Lancris the Dragon, played by Shirley. Hi, Shirley.
Hello.
Followed by Hesmak Pew Pistol the Chrono Dwarf, played by Smug. Hello.
Hello, and thank you for using the full abbreviated name.
Oh, anytime. With him is his much larger compatriot, Asgara the Giant, played by Clint.
Hey everybody. I hate both full and abbreviated names.
And in between them, in terms of height, is Rasheen the Heir, played by Mike.
Hey there.
That rhymed, Arp.
I know, it was an internal rhyme scheme there. We've got Bentley Humbats the Harbinger, played by our chimp.
Nope, it's Bentley Humbast. Humbats is the orangutan.
Yeah, you're playing the orangutan now.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
we switched roles. Sorry.
Oh, is this a Freaky Friday situation?
Absolutely, yep.
My 13 going on 30 right now.
You're certainly feeling big. All right.
Okay.
Bentley Humbast, played by Archimp, or internet celebrity D. Davis. And
Hi, everybody.
Bringing up the rear is Caesar, the mushroom orc, played by Steven Seagal, an author.
Hi. We're going to call him a mushboom from now on.
Okay, a mushboom. You enter the enchanted glade of the elves.
But how does it taste?
Like smoke at the moment, because it looks like things aren't going so well.
Huh.
Oh dear.
Looking around, you can see piles of ash, half-burnt dwellings, and there's in general sort of a pall of smoke floating above the forest, which at first you may have thought was fog, but nope, that's smoke.
What has happened here?
It seems they had reason to distrust us.
Looks like the welcoming smoke has already begun.
I don't think that's a welcoming smoke.
Pretty sure that's what it is. Yeah.
It's very foreboding to me. I mean, I don't mean to disagree, but
I wrote my Harbinger thesis on Elven customs.
I took Elven studies in college, yes.
Perhaps we should speak with someone.
Yes, that's a fine, good capital idea, Caesar. You're truly the heart of this team.
As you say that, an elf about 6 inches tall flies up to you. The elf is wearing goggles for high-speed combat maneuvers. We've got covering over her long, dark hair. Well, you think it might be a her. You're not entirely sure. It's really tough to tell with elves. And zippy-looking maroon and pink wings keeping the elf aloft and poking out from the back of their jerkin of light blue and gold filigree. They're holding a weapon. They pointed
Hello.
at you. Who are you?
What is that? A weapon for ants?
As you say that a very large ant rumbles along behind them. It's easily larger than anything else in the glade, except the houses. Yeah, we use it against the ants if we have to. So what?
I'm Bentley Humbast. I'm here because we thought we could help about the Overlord. Hello.
You're a little late, Bentley Humbast.
And you're a little rude. So we're even.
How do I know you're not here to finish us off? She looks over at Rasheen. The ones who did this looked an awful lot like you.
Oh dear.
I slowly look at Rasheen, just kind of shake my head.
At that. Like me, you say.
Lankers asked, didn't you guys just let us in? Like, aren't you aware that we were coming?
I don't control the wards. You'd have to talk to the speaker for that.
Then perhaps we should speak with the speaker.
Yeah, that sounds like a capital fine idea, huh? We're so full of good ideas this afternoon.
You're not getting anywhere near the speaker until you can prove that you're not here to kill them.
At that, Rasheen will step forward.
The elf lowers its weapon towards your heart.
My deepest apologies if people, indeed people who may have looked like my people, caused you this distress. I am Rasheen, the Prince of Al-Burshad. However, I have been ousted from that kingdom. A tyrant now rules in place, and I believe that he may have been the power behind this devastation if you indeed witnessed my people committing such atrocities. I swear to you that it is my goal to tear him down from power along with the Overlord. And if it suffice, I would let this be proof of my word. And he'll display the crest of his house, which is like a signet ring or something like that. And I'm also going to point out here that in my one of the heir's moves is a royal treatment, which states that when you visit the ruler of a place and introduce yourself, you and your friends are all given a room for the night and a hot meal to fill your belly free of charge.
If it'll help smooth things over, I'm sure he'll be willing to marry you.
Rasheen just gives Asgar like this look, like he like do you channel dead crazy people when you talk or something? Like that's what's on his face right now.
The elf looks suitably disgusted at the prospect.
And Chris sort of nudges Asgar and he's like, not everything is solved with marriage.
I read it in a book. Books are hardly ever wrong.
Indeed, in many cases it is the start of problems.
So does this mean Asgar is Hank Venture?
That's where I was going with it, yes.
Could be.
Used to be all about Team Venture, now you're all go Team Boobies.
Now, the elf puts their goggles up on their forehead and squints at the crest, and then narrows their eyes again. It looks an awful lot like what they had on their uniforms. If what you say is true, then I guess you should come and speak to the speaker right away. But... And the elf removes one hand from the weapon and points 2 fingers at their eyes, and then 2 fingers at you, and then sort of gives you a meaningful look.
Oh, jeez. We just got De Niro'd.
We are warned.
Follow
we
me
shall
and...
be careful.
Good. Now follow me and don't touch anything.
We follow.
Chris looks really angry that there's an ant as big as he is.
The ant doesn't appear to notice Lankrist. A few more wander by too, though. This is the speaker's hall. I'll go in and get him. Don't try anything funny.
That means don't make any jokes, guys.
Yes,
Yeah, I
ma'am.
had like 5 minutes of material prepared, but
Is
As you say
Hesmac
that-
wandering off in that
yeah,
direction?
I see Hesmac wandering away.
I hope he gets caught in those giant spider webs.
Yeah, you guys don't want to meet their front line insects, arachnids.
Oh, the answer just supply chain, huh?
Yep.
oh god, I moved myself. So that I was in the selection. Now I'm off the map.
Oh no. Hold on.
Say Bentley.
Suicide.
I'll find you.
Bentley was all like, "Hey guys, it's me, Bentley. I'm a cool dude. I'm right here. I'm Bentley."
I
So now
can't
it's-
see you anywhere. Hold on.
Well,
That's
I'll-
one way
I'll
to
bring
travel out of this plane of existence.
I'll bring a new copy in. You know, Bentley's doing his magic stuff.
he's right here now. Look at him. Look at him. He's so vibrant and full of life. This is such a cool guy.
It's like the smear that's left behind as you travel to another plane.
There we go. There he is.
Now
Must have
the
gone into that mystery house.
elf flies into the house, which appears to be one of the few made of stone, and as such it's not as badly damaged as the others. And you hear that elf's sort of high-pitched voice with its usual angry sound. As far as you can tell, it's usually angry now. And you don't seem to hear the other side of the conversation, but you do hear the first elf yelling angrily several times. And then finally, two elves emerge from the home.
Uh-oh.
Now, the second elf is blue and glowing and has twigs growing out of its head. But it's about twice the size of the first one that you saw, and appears to be unarmed, except for, you know, all that obvious magical aura surrounding it.
Hello.
The first elf is still clutching their weapon, looking fierce. Hello, I'm the speaker of the elves. I see you came through the wards unmolested. That means that you must be of pure heart.
Yes.
More or
Indeed
less.
we are.
That's wonderful. The last group who came here were not quite so charitable as I hope you will be.
If there is anything we can do to help your community, let us know. We are at your disposal.
I forgot if dragons and elves have a relationship. I should probably know.
They're
They-
tasty.
You get to command lore on that.
Yep,
You
you do.
choose what the dragons do.
I believe in the previous session we went over something like the elves used to serve the dragons or something like that. But that
I
may
seem to
or may
recall
not
that
have
too.
been true.
That was something that may or may not have been true, yeah.
Because I think it was something that Asgara believed about dragons, which, you know, put that in big air quotes.
Yeah, that was a rumor that the Gwaduin had heard about the dragons. So we don't know
Oh,
whether that's
that's
true
where I
or
was
not.
remembering. Yeah.
I don't know, is that true?
Probably more like old allies.
Ah, okay. The speaker turns to you and inclines their head. I had thought that your people were gone from the world. It eases my soul to see that you yet survive.
Not enough of us. That's why we're here.
Alas, it is a pain that I know all too well. Many of my people were destroyed when the home forest was corrupted by the Overlord, and yet more perished on the way to our exile. And now... The speaker bows their head, looking pained as their shoulders bow and their wings briefly stop fluttering to keep them aloft. Now I am afraid that the humans have carried off what few of us remain. To what purpose, I know not.
Time to slow looking Rasheen.
Why do you keep thinking I know what they're doing? I don't get to command them.
I thought that's exactly what you got to do. Self-proclaimed leader of the last of the humans and all that.
There are rebels, as you would put them. You understand the concept of factionalizing, of strife within a single race?
No.
The speaker looks at Rasheen. Ah. And you bring one of them among us. Who are you?
Rasheen bows his head and speaks. Speaker, I am called Rasheen, the rightful ruler of Al-Burshad, the city of humans that appears to be responsible for this unfortunate act. Know that it has my complete condemnation, and that I endeavor to remove the usurper who is responsible for this act from power.
So, you are the exile. Well,
yes.
You are welcome among what comforts that we have here, among our own poor exile, although I must say, the humans who came among us and wrought this destruction were not from the kingdom itself.
There were humans from beyond the kingdom?
No,
Rasheen
they came
seems-
from the south, not the west.
Rasheen appears troubled by this news.
As well he should, because what's to the south from here? Hint.
The Heirs camp.
It's
Oh,
Rasheen's
the
camp.
heirs camp. Yeah, oh right, damn.
Well, as I said, you are welcome among us. Please rest. It must have been a long journey through the wards. You may set yourselves up out here if you wish, or I fear that our accommodations may be too small for, he glances at Hesmak, most of you. I will summon the others who remain, and perhaps we can speak more of how we can help each other. And the speaker closes their eyes, and you hear a sort of a deep thrumming just on the edge of perception. The ants nearby look up, their antennae twitch a bit, and then they go about their business, because it's not they who've been summoned. So what do you guys want to do while you're waiting?
I want to look closely at these spider webs.
Okay.
Rasheen's going to go be gloomy against the wall of one of these houses.
All right.
Oh no, I forgot how to look closely. It's a 2d6 plus sense.
Sense. Yeah.
All right. So you get 3 questions.
Okay. Let's see. Are there...
It's if you have the fellowship playbooks, it's on page 4.
Oh, there's a set of questions that you
Yeah.
can ask. Yeah. Let's see. What looks suspicious about the webs?
What looks suspicious about them? Well, they are large webs. The threads of them, what do you call threads in a web? The threads.
Strands?
The strands. There you go. Yes, each strand of the web is about as thick around as your thigh currently, and the webs appear not to be on any of the houses. They appear to be more in the base of the very large trees, or higher up among the trees as well. So you have the suspicion that if you touched it, whatever waits up in the canopy would know exactly where you were, and may learn more about you than you'd think from just touching a strand of silk.
Hmm.
They have a sort of almost a psychic emanation rolling off of them.
Huh. So what are they doing? Like, what is their purpose here?
Well, from what you observed, you would assume that they're there as a type of defense mechanism and a way to keep whatever is made these webs apprised of what's going on down in the glade below, and give them the ability to strike first and strike quickly when necessary. So they're an early warning system, as well as being sticky.
I guess that leads into the next question of how it could help us. Like, I guess, are they friendly or hostile?
At the moment, it's hard to tell. You recall when you came through the wards, they gave their word that you would not be harmed by the forest, as long as you did not harm the forest. And you would guess that these webs are a part of the forest. So it could help you if you were to lure an enemy into it, or it could hurt you if you damaged it and aroused the ire of whatever made it.
Okay.
Okay, so when next you look around, you see two more elves have arrived. One of them has blue skin and a bandage tied around their eyes. They've also got several piercings, one leading from their ear to their nose. And they're wearing a sort of a long, flowing greatcoat type thing with a houndstooth design on it. And the last one is dark of skin. Their skin is actually the color of charcoal. They have white hair and glowing white eyes. And this one appears more conventionally female than the others. The rest of them just sort of look like they could go either way or no way at all. This one looks more like it's a lady. At least as far as humans and dwarves are concerned.
Hesmac waves.
She waves back. The other one doesn't because they can't see right now. These are...
That one's a bit rude.
My apologies. Their eyes were damaged by the fires. These four, including myself, are all of the elves that remain in the grove. The rest have all been carried away or slain. If you could aid us in recovering them, or at least determining their fate, that would be a great comfort.
Naturally, we will do so, Rasheen says from his sulking position by the house. You say they were carried to the south, then?
Indeed, yes. Their leader, I recall, I believe she was a woman, of your human species. She was tall, and her hair was the color of the sunset. She had on her face a tattoo which matches the sigil you carry, and a cloak made of the fur of wolves. Which Rasheen will recognize as a description of his second in command.
Dun, dun, dun.
What's her name?
Have no fear. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Shaida.
Shaida. Of course, she did not say her name during the attack. She's a professional.
Of course not. Shaida. How could she have possibly turned? It makes no sense.
Well, it does make a certain kind of sense. She is a human, after all, and their ambitions are known far and wide to be destructive things.
No, you don't understand. In my camp, I left behind not Asgara. Hold on.
I wanted to leave
Shaida?
behind us.
I wish. No. Behind me in the camp were Azaris, my advisor, and Obo, my personal guard, both men loyal to a fault. Even if she had been tempted by the Overlord, there is no way they would have allowed her to seize command. Unless something befell them.
Well, I hope nothing's happened, mate.
When they came among us, I heard one of them speak in anger and proclaim that their attack was vengeance.
Vengeance.
Yes,
People
at least
have no quarrel against the elves. What could they?
I know not. It was as much a mystery to us as it appears to be to you. At least I assume that is the meaning of "that's what you get."
I sense the Overlord's hand in this. He is a master of deceptions. Perhaps he gave reason to believe that your people had attacked them somehow.
It's possible. It is true the Overlord is such a master of deception. They appear to have deceived you into believing they are a he. The speaker and the other elf.
Lord is generally a male title.
I sort of give each other a little bit of a chuckle at that. Humans. So binary.
I start chuckling along
Oh
with them.
god, it's one of those things.
You're so right.
I was thinking to myself, you specifically said it's an it. Or
That is
they.
true.
They.
I would say a
Overlord.
they is probably the right way to go on that.
The speaker could be a they or an it because it's not entirely certain if it's a living creature or some kind of ghost or whatever. But the Overlord is generally referred to as a they.
Correct. Look, Rasheen comes from a very patriarchal culture, okay?
Yeah, of course. He would naturally project power onto the gender that he's used to having power. It's part of their culture. All right, so you've agreed that you will find out what's happened.
Yes.
Oh, definitely.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, Rasheen wants to go now.
Oh, don't be in such a rush. As we know, you must be very tired, and you do have our welcome, poor as it may be. Please, rest, fill your bellies, take the time that you need, but perhaps leave in the morning, when the sun has arisen again, and your path may be cleared for you.
This sounds like a wise idea.
Yeah, all right.
You know, though, if you did return home with an elven wife, this might quash this whole thing.
There will be no marriages. Or promises of marriage.
While not a wife, I will send one of mine with you to help you through the forest. There yet remain enchantments that may block your path without our aid.
What about getting him a waifu?
I am not
They
familiar
call
with
it
that term.
culture.
Ah, I think it's a human thing. Don't even worry about it.
Something to do with pillows, I think. I'm not really too sure. The book I had was all charred and burnt on account of it having something to do with humans.
You're both incorrect, and I have no time to correct you.
Well, we do
In any
have
case.
pillows, but though they are made of moss, they are quite comfortable, I assure you.
No,
No.
nice.
We are not familiar with any type of pillow called a waifu.
The Dakimakura pillow.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, Lord, indeed.
All right, so
This joke
Yeah.
is dumb. It's an extended far too
you spend the evening amongst the elves and rest yourselves. You can fill your bellies if you need to, otherwise don't bother. And when you're ready,
I
we'll
will
head
just,
south.
Yep, I'll spend one of my rations to heal my Grace, that thing.
Okay.
Same, but the thing that's busted on me, I think, is Grace. Yes, same.
Okay.
Completely same.
You heal your graces.
And I'll craft a faux smelling weapon.
Okay. You craft a weapon that smells of cheese.
I mean, it probably does. It is an orcish weapon. It may even be in fact be a cheese wheel that is just like weaponized somehow.
I go over to Rasheen and sit down and throw my arm around him in a very uncharacteristic way. Don't worry about this too much. It sounds like it's a misunderstanding, and it isn't really the first time that someone's entire species is turned against them. You definitely wouldn't be the first, and if I recall, they all I'm trying to remember how those ended. I don't really remember. I'm pretty sure it was fine though. It was all fine in the end.